Former President Trump expected to surrender to authorities in New York Tuesday afternoon after he was indicted just around this time last night. Although the specific charges remain unknown, we do know they are related to the hush money payment made to adult film actress Stormy Daniels to keep their alleged affair quiet. Trump denies any wrongdoing.
And joining us now with more insight on the indictment of the former president is Adam Ruther, an attorney with the law firm of Rosenberg, Martin, and Greenberg. And there's so many questions that are swirling right now in light of this, but we want to begin with, what are the potential charges the former president faces?
So obviously the indictment at the moment is sealed, and that's normal until the arraignment. But what we're hearing based on those who've testified in front of the grand jury and information that's sort of leaked out is it does seem to be surrounding the idea that Michael Cohen paid Stormy Daniels money under the non-disclosure agreement in order to keep her from going public with the fact that she and Donald Trump had an affair. That by itself is probably not illegal. But if he paid that money right before the 2016 election, there's an argument that it's a campaign contribution. And so in order to avoid that, the allegations seem to be that Donald Trump then had Michael Cohen pay it and then paid him back. And by doing that, he created a false business record. And if he did it for the purposes of trying to avoid the campaign contribution problem, then he did it for the purposes of continuing or furthering another crime, that campaign violation, and that makes it a felony. The other charges we're not quite sure about. We'll find out on Tuesday, but that seems to be the heart of the case.
My understanding is a prosecutor in the past decided not to proceed with this, but this prosecutor is. So what are the obstacles they're going to face as they try to win this case?
So they are eventually going to have to prove this beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury's satisfaction. The issues, the first one, the obvious one, is the political implications, right? There's going to be an allegation made that this is a political hit, essentially, and that there is nothing really to the criminal charges. But even aside from that, they also have to prove the intent to defraud. So in other words, they're going to have to prove that this was done specifically for the purposes of covering up the campaign contribution problem and not simply because Donald Trump didn't want this coming out for personal reasons. And then the third problem they're going to face is their star witness is going to be Michael Cohen, who has pled guilty to lying to Congress. So that's going to be an interesting cross-examination if this ends up seeing the inside of a courtroom. But again, obviously, it's alleged, the rumor is that there may be 24 charges in this indictment. We only have heard about a couple. Who knows what else we'll see? We'll find out on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. Adam Ruther, we keep saying this is historic. It's rather shocking, isn't it?
Yes, a lot of twists and turns.
A lot of twists and turns, but we're surprised at nothing at this point.
Well, Adam,
good attitude.